Good morning. Welcome to the M.I.C Creator Stage, M.I.C Unplugged. We're so excited for our programming today. We appreciate your flexibility. It's my honor to introduce the lovely Francesca. Here we are.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much to the M.I.C leadership for inviting Walk the Talk Foundation to this incredible event. So I am Francesca Graham. I'm a retired Army Lieutenant Colonel, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Walk the Talk Foundation. We're led by Ryan Swayze, who is a retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel, and he's the president and founder of the foundation. Our team consists of 17 folks, which includes 14 advisors who advise directly currently serving former service members and federal employees who are enduring the dangerous waters within the DoD and the Coast Guard of whistleblowing, investigations, and administrative punishment. We also have one lawyer on the team for the foundation, and then we have support staff. So our mission as a foundation is to give service members and federal civilians a voice. Give them a voice when they are, as I said earlier, enduring those dangerous waters of whistleblowing, investigations, administrative investigations, specifically in administrative punishment. I'd like to tell you a little story. So the story I'd like to tell is one that all of you should be interested in, all of you should enjoy, because it's about you. And who are you? So you are a youngish person. ChatGPT told me about 28 or so years old. You're a youngest person who has decided that you want to join the armed forces. And like many of us, we join for a lot of different reasons. We join because you're one of those young, idealistic people who is going to change the world. We join because we want to have some adventure in our life. We join because we want to escape some sort of financial hardship or some sort of situation in a home that is abusive and you just need to escape. Or we want to join for opportunity. We want an education. We want to fly jets, like our president founder. He was an F-16 pilot in the Air Force. Or we want to, like I did, jump out of planes 31 times and get broken knees, but we don't worry about that. I can still wear the heels. We also think about maybe we're joining because it's a family tradition. And that's a very common thing within the military. The military is a family business. And as we move forward after we join the military, we start to notice that in the military, there's a normalization of certain things in the military that we see other people have normalized. And these things could include inertia, indecision, obstruction, prevarication, and this is a really fantastic word. I chose this word specifically because when you join the military or when you join the military family as a spouse or as a parent or something like this, you're told that your military member is going to have an opportunity to have access to education, is going to have an opportunity for all sorts of wonderful things that's going to give them those things. It's going to answer those reasons why they joined the military, right? Prevarication specifically means that we're going to tell you we're going to do something for you, but then once you actually get there, good luck. You're going to be in the field. You're going to try to get that bachelor's degree, but you're going to be in the field every 3 months. And every time you try to go get that bachelor's degree, you're going to be told, well, you're too important. We don't have time for you to do that. You're also going to notice a normalization of abuse. And abuse can mean many different things. It can mean just the normal basic training, break you down and then build you back up. It could mean yelling at people in public. It could mean a whole variety of different things. It could even mean some level of physical abuse, whatever it is. And these things are normalized in the military in a way, and all of us who are in the military, you included, normalize these things whether you know it or not. And we know that these things are normal because we see it in our social media. I saw last night at the mixer, I saw Austin Von Luchtman, the gentleman who runs Mandatory Fun Day TikToks. Incredible. And it's emblematic of our service and the normalization of deviance that we have in our service when some of his main merch selling t-shirts say, "I exist out of spite," which is amazing. Or one that I saw yesterday, live, laugh, lobotomize me. And that's just part of the humor that we have to endure these things. And then all of us, every single one of us, every single one of you, when you're in the military, when you're part of that military family, you're going to reach a crossroads, every single one of you. You're going to encounter some misconduct, whatever it is, that you just can't stomach. You don't even know why you can't stomach it, because you've seen all sorts of other things, but you just can't. And once you reach that crossroads, you have two decisions to make. Your first decision is either to conform and normalize that misconduct, and then you move on, or your second decision is to report the misconduct, whatever it is. And that misconduct could be as small as stealing a wrench from the motor pool or raping someone. A huge variety of pendulum of different ideas within this idea of misconduct, right? What we have seen is when you make the decision to conform, there's certain reasons why you might conform. You might conform because you have fear, you're afraid that you're going to get reprised against. You might conform because you're ambitious for that next job or that next promotion, and you're concerned that if you report something, then you're going to be seen as a boat rocker, and you don't want to risk or endanger that next promotion or that next duty position. You might conform from a sense of shame. You don't want to be seen as that person who's the snitch, or that person who's the rat, or that person who made it so your team is no longer mission ready because someone was pulled off the line because now they're under investigation for something. You might conform because of complacency. You might be that wonderful person that every single one of us knows who will immediately tell anyone that's someone else's job. You might be one of those. Or you might conform because you actually trust that your leadership will fix the problem, whatever the problem is, without your intervention. Why might you report? Well, alternatively to the previous slide, you might report because you don't trust that the chain of command is going to fix the misconduct or address the misconduct absent your intervention. Why might you not trust? You might not trust because you're fatigued. You're just exhausted. You have seen this movie over and over and over and over again, and at no point does the movie have a happy ending. You might conform because you have a sense of conscience, and your conscience tells you, I cannot tolerate this. I don't know why, and I don't know why this is different, but I cannot tolerate this. You might conform because you're just angry. Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to my team? And along with that, you might conform because you have a sense of solidarity with your team, and you're like, I don't want my team to have to deal with this. This is nonsense. They should not have to deal with this abuse, this prevarication, whatever it is, and so I'm going to report. Now, our foundation, we have advised over the three and a half years that we've been in operation, Walk the Talk Foundation, we have advised about 460 different currently serving former service members who are dealing with this exact sort of situation. They have reached that crossroads. They made a decision to either conform and normalize, or they made a decision to report. And what we have seen out of 100% of those cases is that decision to report, the command issues a backlash. And in that backlash, what the command does is they ostracize you, they isolate you, they defame you, they lie to you, and they lie about you. One of the biggest lies they tell you is trust the process. It'll be okay, trust the process. It's never okay, and you should never trust the process. And in many cases, they turn around and they actually ruin you, whether they ruin you mentally, emotionally, physically. They ruin your earning potential, they ruin your promotion ability, they ruin you. And in some cases, they ruin you up to the point where you are administratively discharged from the military with an other than honorable discharge, having never seen the evidence being used against you, because all of this is happening inside of the administrative processes. So who is the new you? Remember the youngish person over here? Now you feel alone, you feel scared, you feel paranoid, you feel vulnerable, and in 100% of the cases you feel unmoored, completely unmoored. Why do you feel unmoored? You feel unmoored because you feel betrayed, and you feel like your leadership violated your trust. Now, I'd like to go back to this percentage that I had on the slide, but I did not address earlier. That percentage is the percentage of active duty service members who, when they committed suicide, from the 2023 DoD Suicide Evaluation Report were enduring some sort of administrative or legal process, the exact same thing I'm talking about here. That percentage, nearly a third of them were dealing with what I'm talking about here. Next slide. We believe that that percentage and everything you just now saw is completely unacceptable. So what do? We go on the counterattack. You talk to us, we say no. You are being abused. Your command is abusing their authority. Your command is retaliating and reprising against you. And we're going to go on the counterattack, and we're going to go on the offense. And how are we going to do that? We're going to illuminate their due process violations. We're going to illuminate their abuses of authority. We're going to help you draft the IG complaints to file against them. We're going to help you contact Congress, and we're going to help you contact the press and whatever else you need, because we believe that you deserve to be defended. You deserve to be empowered, and we want to guide you. Why do we do this? First and foremost, because we believe that 29%, nearly a third of people who commit suicide in the military are undergoing these issues. We believe that is completely unacceptable. We believe you deserve dignity. We believe you deserve to recover from the abuses that have been normalized within the DoD and the Coast Guard. And we believe that you deserve justice, and ultimately for the truth to be told. For your truth, whatever that truth is, the truth, we believe that you deserve for that to be told. If you would like to help us in this fight, we ask you to scan that QR code and help us take action. That could include becoming a volunteer with the foundation. It could include becoming an advisor who helps service members one-on-one. It could also include giving us a donation, and the donations are used specifically to help us with our engagement with Congress, to bring the right people on the team, to change the laws, to go upstream and fix the laws before they are allowed to be abused by the chain of command. And they're also used to help offset costs for service members who contact us and need help. Or if you'd just like to contact us, we have a variety of different social media outlets. We have a newsletter, the DoD Times Redacted. We have a podcast, the Star Chamber. We're on LinkedIn, Facebook, the stuff. I really appreciate your attention. I will be in the back. Thank you again to the M.I.C team. Thank you so much for dealing with my little finger flicks over there to change the slide. And you're a wonderful audience. Thank you again.